Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the round robin for Corsace Open 2023. My name is Tyke, and joining me very shortly, and here he is right now, is Demarsh. Demarsh, how are you doing today?
Hello, Taikani, man. I'm right on time, just as I'm needed. That's how I like it. How I like
That
it.
you are.
Oh man, starting off this afternoon of lovely matches, and then Starbound versus Rubber Conquest.
Yeah, this one's gonna be interesting for sure. This group is actually this is the last map of the group. Seen Starbound win both of their matches. Rubber Conquest won one and lost the other to a tiebreaker against the Leftovers. Um, and now they'll be facing off to continue determining their seeds in the knockout bracket. Um, for Rubber Conquest to win here, they'd be pretty damn even with Starbound in the tournament. It's a very close matchup already. But they're definitely looking at taking this point away and securing themselves a lot of comfort in the main bracket.
Yeah, I mean, like looking at both of these teams, they both look like really strong powerhouses for the round robin stage. Um, but I mean, at the Starbound, and they've got this unique roster that I really like. With Hypno and Note KJK and M Law, it's a team that you and Cappy as well. Like you don't normally see these players get together, but it really feels like a solid 2017 sort of team tourney team, and I'm all for it. I'm all for it with this Starbound squad.
Yeah, they very good looking team lineup. I definitely wasn't expecting Digital Hypno to return this year to act as their team manager, but it's a very welcome addition to the team. Rubber Conquest as well looks very good. A lineup of both Latin American and Italian players that have shown themselves in the past couple months, performing really well. I mean, we saw Italy put a huge fight in 4WC. Sorry, no, 3WC. And I'm sure that the highlight players that we have here from that country are absolutely going to perform on this pool.
Yeah, for definite. This is the sort of the early round robin stage is where anything can happen, anything can upset the groups. Surprise knockouts, surprise victories, um, can change in an instant, really. And so hopefully we could be in for, like you said, a very interesting matchup. Depending on how these teams are playing today. Like you said, you've got the solid, um, well, I would say the solid returning players from like 3WC and Rubber Conquest. You know, they're quite they're quite up to date, you could say, with their recent tournament performances. Whereas, the Starbound side, you're looking at players that have already established themselves as incredible tournament players, but they're kind of coming back into the fold. There's a bit more of that unknown element from this squad. It's like, can they still hang with the top tier of tournament players?
For sure. We will see very shortly. Just waiting to make sure all the teams are in the lobby, make sure all their roles are going to go through. For now, how are you doing, Demarsh? How's your day been?
Oh, my day has been excellent. It's been hot. I've been happy. I've been out in the garden. I've been loving life. I've been loving life.
You'll love
Um,
to hear that.
coming from a place where it mostly rains. It mostly rains, or it's cloudy, or it's cold. I'll take a bit of sunshine whenever I can.
It's weird. I'm the opposite. I live in the desert, so whenever it rains, I'm like super happy. It's different, you know?
Oh, I can't imagine living that life. Oh Man, but what a weekend we've had so far, though. We have had an exceptional weekend of matches.
Yeah.
And like you said, this is the end of one of the groups. Is this one of the first groups to finish, or have we already had some confirmed?
This is the third of 4 groups to finish.
Oh wow, yeah. Yes, we've already had some epic results here.
Yeah, lots of tiebreakers this weekend, Praying for good luck, praying we see another one, because I love to see these tiebreaker matches, and this is one of those matches that can absolutely go down to the wire like that. Can be very, very competitive.
Yeah, I think that's why I'm so happy we've got this, round robin group stage. It's something that I think a lot of, especially OG OWC players, will adhere to missing. There's a bit more of enjoyment of not just like qualifiers are nice. Qualifiers are the best way to seed the top teams, but there was something magical, that has been lost to time because of a lot of tournaments just not having that group stage. But it's nice to actually play with your team in a match, rather than just play the qualifiers. Oh, we're not top 32. Oh, we're out immediately. Whereas this opens the doors for so many more matches to see, so many more lineups and players that day to day wouldn't really get to play against each other, or you wouldn't normally see because of the seeding difference. And now we get the chance to see all these lovely players go up against each other. I think it's awesome. I love this new format.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's going to be great to see what players move on, and how they feel about playing this more experimental group stage format into the knockout bracket. It's been very, very fun as a spectator and as a commentator so far. So I do hope players enjoy it at the end of the day. I mean, it's a little scary not knowing what they're thinking all the time, but it's absolutely something magical to be able to play that group stage a lot of the time.
Oh, agreed. 100%. 100%. So, what can you tell me about what these teams like to ban? What do they like to play? What are we looking for from these rosters? What can you tell me?
Okay. If I had to guess, STARBOUND is going to try and hold on to reading with their whole lives. We've seen in past matches they performed incredibly on Hidden 2 and Free Mod 2. They also don't have terribly bad scores on speed either. Their roster is pretty well set up for that with Cappy, Jackson, and Emwa. So we could see them potentially pick Free Mod 1 somewhere in this match. Rubber Conquest, I'm a little more unsure. Honestly, I have no idea what either team bans particularly. Both these teams are very strong on a lot of different types of maps, so it's hard to tell immediately where the bans are going to come out.
Well, the one thing I can see from Rubber Conquest consistently is they have been very much, and it may just be the teams they were up against, but they were very much against playing that Hard Rock 2, the remake extra. So I wonder if they'll just continue with that strat of just going, you know what, we hate this map for whatever reason, let's not play it again. This team may be the hardest that we've had to face, so let's just not risk anything, and we'll just go in with the Hard Rock 2 ban again.
Yeah, it is going to be STARBOUND to find themselves the first ban. They'll get to do the honors of setting the stage here. Rubber Conquest is going to have the ability to kind of counterpick off of it. It's going to be DT3, the Uber Zolek aim control, finger control DT map. It's such a crazy map. I can't blame them for this ban. It is very, very hard.
Yeah, I mean, in their match against Ice-T, they definitely one of their bans was DT1, which I know isn't DT3 here, but you can kind of see that they have this when they're up against a squad that is solid on their DT mechanics. It's it's one of those let's not give them that free point. Let's make them work for it. But interesting choice on the DT3 here. I wonder who they're looking at really as the dangerous players on Rubber Conquest. That they've just decided nope, not DT3 for us on against this roster.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. I mean, a lot of these players are still, kind of climbing the ranks of tournament recognition. A lot of them maybe not quite know to their skill sets, and it could just be that we see a little bit of just fear from Starbound. And there, you're right. There goes Hard Rock 2 from Rubber Conquest, not wanting to touch it at all.
Yeah, I mean, I understand it's a very niche map. If it's not your cup of tea, it's never gonna be. So I can definitely see the thought process behind just wanting to get rid of it, and it has worked. It has and it hasn't worked out for them in 2 different matches. With both of them go to tiebreaker. It's one of those, but at least we know they're very well practiced on that tiebreaker by this point. So we'll see if it goes that way again.
For sure. See where they go with the pick now. Very, very interested to see this. Obviously, as you said, this is the hardest team that Rubber Conquest will be facing in this tournament, and I'm sure it can provide a little bit of fear to have to go up against this team. I imagine we do see a DT first pick. I'm not sure between DT1 and DT2 what we'll see, though. Either way, everything's risky just because of the skill cap of the opposing team. Starbound obviously very, very good on anything in the pool, and so Rubber Conquest has to be very careful that they don't pick into a trap where there's 4 FCs on the team sheet and Starbound just shows up.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, there we go. It's a No-Mod 1 pick coming out from Rubber Conquest. Not quite the DT mechanics I was expecting, but very much still in the ballpark. It's awkward aim, basically, is how you can summarize this map in two short words. Obviously, a lot more to it, but, if you're the players looking at this, you're saying, you know what, we'll get the awkward aim going. Collab between Nissan and Lhasa with a little bit of work from Deca, I do believe. AR9, which is not usually what you see in No-Mod aim. So it's quite dense, honestly.
Yeah, it's like the focus around this map is this, the geometric patterning, also symmetric at the same time, and like you mentioned, that AR9, it kind of brings the whole map together to create its own sort of unique difficulty. But here we go. Start off their battle.
Yeah, this one's going to be a long one, too. 4 minutes, 44 seconds to this No-Mod 1. Nearly, what most people would consider tiebreaker length. So, this one's got a lot of time to cover. No early breaks are going to come out here. Some act drops across the board for the players, especially on Rubber Conquest, giving Starbound an early score advantage on the accuracies, though. I imagine it will balance out over time.
Yeah, you're looking at these lineups, and you know that you can trust these players on this, early round robin. They're looking for some solid consistency on this very long map. I've noticed that with some of these Nomad ones now, they're starting to get longer and longer, and I don't know if I'm a fan or not.
It is a first break from no KJK. No response from Rubber Conquest. Never mind. There goes Nusu. Gonna even up the combo advantage. 3 FCs apiece now for both teams. Just like that, we're out of the first KI. Still basically dead even. That 20k difference means nothing.
Yeah, it's such a minor score advantage. On a map this long, you're really looking at those massive combos to carry you all the way through. And with the trade up from no KJK, 6 Nusa. Oh, TFGE going to be breaking the deadlock though, with a drop of his own. Advantage now with Starbound, as all their members looking to hold on here.
Yeah, that TFGE break was a little weird. We saw a couple misses come out right there. I don't know what it was. Maybe a misread. Jackson is finally going to trade it out, but that lead that Starbound has built up is going to be a little bit more important. Jackson breaking alone isn't going to be enough. It's just going to slow the bleed for now. Do you remember this Rubber Conquest pick? Obviously, they want to win the first pick. Start off good. It's a little scary when you see them struggling, when you see Nusu find another miss. Only traded out by Jackson. It's still 2 FCs to 2, but the supporting combo from Note KJK is just doing so much better for them.
Yeah, Rubber Conquest really bleeding out the score right now. They don't have that much time left. Quarter of the map, and Starbound, they're in a strong position. They've seen the scores. All they need to do is focus on relaxing and let Rubber Conquest feel all the pressure. That's what they need to do right now, and this is the sort of team that can do this. They've got the experience.
All up to Hypno and Cappy. If one of them breaks, it gives Rubber Conquest a chance back in. Rubber Conquest needs them to break soon. The longer they hold, the better they're doing. There goes TFGE once again. Losing again that supporting combo for Rubber Conquest. Dubs is going to go down, and that's basically going to steal it right there. At the outro, we already know that is a map and a break point on the first pick for Starbound. Great way to start off the match for this team. The double FC from Digital Hypno and Cappy matching just 1 FC from Chihuahua on Rubber Conquest. Take home, very, very nice first point.
Yeah, it was an interesting first pick for Rubber Conquest. They did play this map in their first round match, I believe, against the Leftovers, and it didn't go their way either. It was a unfortunate. This one, in fact, was a slightly worse performance than what they had before. But yeah, it wasn't a super strong map for them then, and now isn't much different, unfortunately. So I'm curious what the thought process was behind that pick. Although their opponents in this one did slightly worse. compared to the leftovers. So maybe that was their thinking. Thought they might have a bit of an easier time, and that this Starbound roster would struggle a little more. But unfortunately, it didn't quite go that way.
Yeah, and of course, always nerves can get the best of you, and I think we saw that, especially with the TFGE break that we saw. That was so many misses in a row. Definitely something that was related to mental. We're going to be moving on into the next map. It's a No Mod 2 first pick from Starbound, looking to go the angle of tech streams to secure themselves this consolidation for the breakpoint.
Yeah,
Alright,
this
this
No Mod
map.
2. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Carry on. Carry on. I think we were going to cover each other.
This map, quite interesting. It's fairly easy, honestly, until you reach the key eye where the tech streams go absolutely crazy. This is one of the hardest parts of the map until the key eye, and we are seeing breaks come through. 2 apiece per team. Once we get to the key eye, I think that's where we'll see the real danger of the map. That's where we'll see the determining factor on it.
Oh, big reset there for Starbound. TFG also finding a reset there. Zubs is still there. Never mind.
Yeah, it's not for long. A little bit more time with Zubs having that combo could have made a huge difference for Rubber Conquest. Another highest combo player is also the lowest accuracy, which is a little scary. You never want that low accuracy to be carrying you on the back. Chihuahua, of course, very good player. I imagine we're going to see it fixed.
Yeah, his accuracy drops due to a big chain miss he had at the end of one of the streams. And that is going to give him another reset. And Rubber Conquest really on the back foot now. Araxe finding a reset though. It's going to give him Rubber Conquest a little bit of breathing room. But they're not taking advantage. Zub's finding another drop. Xiao finding another drop. KJK. We know what this man can do. He is going ham in this last quarter.
Yeah, no, so good at this kind of map. It's it's a story of the Korean tech, right? This is tech streams. It's weird. It's hard to flow, and Nope KJK is making that difference right now. Approaching 900 combo at the end. Not enough map left to hit it, but making a huge difference for Starbound. 750k, nothing to scoff at. Highlight score for that team.
Yeah, some solid performances there, though, overall. Some good mid-range 500, 600k scores. That's really what has done the damage against Rubber Conquest there. Just those solid 500 and 600k making up the biggest score difference over the KJK incredible score, which of course also made a big difference. But yeah, solid first pick to go along with their breakpoint.
For sure, the supporting combos from Starbound absolutely putting a huge dent in the side of Rubber Conquest, who looked a little shaky on their supports. They had it for a second. They had Nusu doing a damn good job, but Nusu just did not have behind his back what No KJK did. And that did a lot of damage. They are going to go to their next pick, and they're going to be able to sort of reset the momentum, right? Stop Starbound from reaching this second break point, third point, and starting to look like despair. Obviously, very, very good team. They just have to think about what pick is right. They have the data, maybe no mod 1 type maps aren't going to work out. We could be looking at maybe a DT2 pick, I feel.
Yeah, their DT2 has been their strongest performance. It's been the backbone of some of their points. But it's whether they want to pick into it straight away. They're not going to go for it straight away. Free Mod 2 is up on the docket, which is understandable. You know that they will want to keep that DT2 in the back pocket for when they desperately need it or when they want to try and close out this match. But we'll see how they get on with Free Mod 2.
Yeah, I am a little bit worried about this Fremont 2 pick. They are good on it, but the problem is that you're picking that into Starbound, which is shown that they are exceptional on Hidden 2 and by proxy Fremont 2. I imagine we're gonna see probably an overmod from Starbound just on the Hidden, as they were looking pretty amazing on it in their last couple matches. I'm a little worried about how fast this Fremont 2 pick was. This feels like something you pick at the end of the map when your options are whittled down, but maybe Rubber Conquest knows something I don't.
Yeah, they're going with, I think, the identical lineup that they went for in their match against Ice-T, with Digital Hypno and Araxe on the Nomad, no KJK on the Hidden, and Jackson with the Hard Rock. So they know what they're capable of on a map like this. They managed to get 2.7 million in their last matchup, so they'll be looking to do even better than that on this run.
Yeah. No overmods on either team. I do want to point out the combo breaks, though. Zubs and Nusu both finding early breaks. Chihuahua is going to fall as well. No response from Starbound. Finally, Jackson finding a break, but it's still 3 FCs to 1. 2 of those are the no-mod FCs, which are so important to have as your rock stabilizing your team, along with no KJK on the Hidden. Look at those accuracies as well. It's above 99 for Starbound's FCs. It's 97.4 for TFGE, meanwhile.
Yeah, there's a lot more pressure now on TFGE to hold that full combo, which is going to be difficult with the Hidden on this map. The AR 8.5 can cause some difficulty, especially in this section. Let's see if he can hold on. Starbound on a massive tear right now, with those 3 big combos really holding solid.
Yeah, and with TFGE breaking, it is more than over. And it's just a matter of who will hold. It's not going to be Digital Hypno finally falling near the end here, but Araxe and no KJK are going to continue to take it away.
Yeah, it is a massive performance improvement from Starbound. They cross the 3 million score milestone and put in a solid performance. A bit of an underperformance, I would say, from Rubber Conquest.
For sure.
We know that these, TFGE has FC'd on the Hidden. Chihuahua as well with the S rank, unfortunately, but he did manage to get a much higher score in their last matchup. So possible issues for Rubber Conquest on this one. Maybe they're just not feeling it today. They are definitely struggling at this stage.
Yeah, and you have to wonder how much nerves are playing a factor, right? Especially on a map like that where you have to take it slow, you have to kind of think a little. It feels like we were seeing so many random misses. I'm wondering if the teams or if the players on Rubber Conquest are getting overly nervous about this, especially just given how competitive that Fremont 2 pick is. And now Starbound's going to take the opportunity to say, hey, we won No Mod 1. Let's just get DT1 out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, again, very interesting pick. That Starbound are going into this. Yes, I believe they have very good scores on this from previous matchups. So we know that they can play it, but the other thing to remember is that Rubber Conquest are quite strong on this map. They have set some very, very good scores in both their matches on this map. So they will be a tough team to get a point on in this instance. So I'm curious what the thought process was behind this. Maybe because they're not playing as well as they could have, that they want to try and take advantage of this.
Yeah, and we have seen Rubber Conquest lose on this weekend as well as win on this, just in different matches. The difference here is like Nushu and Zub. So those are going to be the names to look at to put together the highlight performances on this DT1 for Rubber Conquest. If one of them starts struggling, then that pick is kind of out of their hands, and I think that's what STARBOUND is relying on.
Yeah, they're trying to take the maps away from them, trying to limit their options, because they know what Rubber Conquest are capable of. They have brought back many already this weekend in the round robin. They brought back some incredible score deficits to force the tiebreakers. So it's something they can do. So the less options they have available to them, the more risks they have to take, the better your chances. And Rubber Conquest giving STARBOUND a bit of a run for their money on this map.
Yeah. STARBOUND, no breaks quite yet as we go into the first TI. We've seen breaks from TFGE and Chihuahua. TFGE was a little too early to matter. Chihuahua, a little more significant, lagging behind all the players by about 300 combo compared to the FC players. A little scary for them. They aren't able to build up that lead as quickly, especially as we exit the first TI, and there's still no breaks from STARBOUND. It's still a four-way FC. Very, very scary now.
Yeah, and Jackson's doing some amazing teamwork there. I'm not going to say what it is, because we all know what happens when you do.
Of course.
But yeah, he is really showing his potential on this map. But Rubber Conquest still keeping it close. They're waiting for the opportunity. All they're looking at is one of the STARBOUND players to make a mistake. There it is. Digital Hypno goes down. That could be the opportunity here for Rubber Conquest. Can they do it? They need to hold these combos, though.
Yeah, it's so crucial that they hold and hold and hold. That score lead is going to go down very little. And by little, at that break, they might have seen it. They might know that they have the window. They just have to keep going. We're only halfway through the map. There's so much map left. So much time for nerves to take hold. So much time for you to miss on nothing. And that's the really scary thing. Even with that digital hypno break, they are far from in the clear.
Yeah, Chihuahua really looking a little nervous, a bit shaky with the cursor. But so far, Rubber Conquest are holding with their combos, and that's what they need. They need the combos. They don't really have the accuracy. Jackson, with amazing accuracy right now, is really trying to hold off for STARBOUND as long as possible. But there he goes, a massive miss for Jackson. Is just going to flip it instantly in Rubber Conquest's favor. And is this the moment where they turn things around?
We'll see. They do have to hold to this last TI. A break from Rubber Conquest could be crucial. It can turn things around instantly. But that break from Jackson was so huge. It was the window that they needed to continue taking this away. Emla almost found a break right there. Oh my god, I'm shocked he didn't. It's TFGE to find a break, though. That wasn't their biggest combo, though, and it's Emla to trade it out. Jackson goes down again. There's only one SD left on STARBOUND. It's Cappy. And Cappy alone isn't enough against Nusu, against Dubs, and against an incredible recovery combo from Chihuahua. Rubber Conquest, I was a little scared for them at the start, but they are going to seal this one out.
Yeah, it was looking all doom and gloom for Rubber Conquest, but once again, they've shown that it doesn't matter how many points they lose at the start. They've got the motor running with that first point. They are on the board.
On the board with a break point and a 4 million score, no less. Very, very good stuff from Rubber Conquest. It's their pick next. They have the chance to consolidate this break point and really make this a match They just have to think very, very carefully. I'm gonna say it again. They need to pick DT2. I think that is their best pick in this pool.
I think so too, but I think that's what Starbound's waiting for. I think they're waiting for that pick. You know, they're looking at it going, okay, this is their best map. Once they pick this, they've got nothing else. And that's what I think Robo Conquest is holding off on. They know it's their best map. They know they can most likely get the point of it, especially off that DT1 pick. Why pick it straight away? Let's wait for it. Let's make Starbound nervous, knowing that that pick will come eventually.
The only
That's
thing
what
is,
they've got to play on.
Rubber Conquest has to win one more map to guarantee that they even get another pick. This is their last guaranteed pick, meaning that if they lose this and the next map, the match is just over. They don't get to pick again. So it's the question of, do they pick DT2 right now? And the answer is going to be yes.
Yeah, the numbers don't lie. In a situation like this, you want to go for the guarantee. So Starbound have forced their hand with what I believe is mutually agreed Rubber Conquest's strongest map. And coming off the DT1, they're going to have a nice adjustment window to play in this map. It's going to feel comfortable. There's going to be a lot that they're just going to be able to capitalize on. They're going to be going into this map strong. It's not like you're playing, you know, a low approach rate map and then you're going into this high speed sort of map. So it is the right time to pick it in terms of adjusting.
For sure, especially with how good they looked on that DT1. You know, they're gonna feel fast and confident is what you're gonna need. This DT2 is pretty brutal on fairly fast finger control. I believe 220 BPM. That's very, very tough.
Yeah, and it's got this, you know, the sort of flow aim focus goes along with that sort of speedy feeling. There is some finger control they've got to watch out for. You know, it isn't all pure stamina or you know, pure flow aim. There are multiple elements and levels to this map. So we'll see if any of these big sections will trip them up. You know, some accuracy drops as well might come as a result of poor finger control. Mlog and Jax are going to be finding early drops though.
Yeah, not really what you love to see from Starbound. Starbound's big roster for a kind of map like this is Amblad, Jackson, and Cappy. So to see them break so early on and drop back, you know, speaking to their comfort, might be a little dangerous. We are going to see TFGE trade out one break, but Amlad's going to go right after.
Yeah, some early resets on this one, but still quite a ways to go, so it's not too detrimental, and Rubber Conquest do hold the advantage early on.
This Ki is a big determiner here. It's Digital Hypno to be the first one to find a break in this section. Everybody on Rubber Conquest looking very strong. There goes Nusu finally, but you know, the combo basis is there for them to pick up the scraps. Conquest still holding pretty damn good combo. Gonna hold that lead in place for now.
Yeah, the accuracy is slightly in their favor right now. So they really do hold all the cards. They've got the combo, they've got the accuracy to go along with it, but Starbound's still looking dangerous. They don't have quite as much combo, but one more drop from Rubber Conquest, it's gonna open the door for them to try and claw this back, and they're not that far behind. They definitely can do this. They just need another slip up, and I think they actually have just taken the lead. I'm trying to work out the combos in my head.
I think so. They have the score lead now by a matter of 4 digits, but it's a score lead nonetheless. Amlad's gonna find a drop. That's immediately going to bounce it back to the side of Rubber Conquest, but they are still very much in the danger zone. It's Chihuahua to find a break. Digital Hypno's going to trade it out. That's not exactly who you want trading out a combo that big. Noose is going to fall as well. You're basically deadlocked at this point. Actually, sorry, no. Jackson has 100 more combo than TFGE. The accuracies, I think, are going to keep it in place.
Yeah, MLaw finding a reset, though, is going to help Royal Conquest more, because he did break earlier and had a bit of a recovery. Nusi going to be finding a reset, but it's this battle between Zubs and Cappy right now. TFG and Jackson also battling. They're trying to make up that little bit of score difference, but whether that's going to be enough. TFG is going to be finding a drop, though. Massive for Starbound. They might be able to sweep this at the last second.
Oh my lord! Given 2 more seconds, Starbound would have taken that DP2 pick. That break from TFGE could have been so crucial if it was literally any sooner. Rubber Conquest is going to secure themselves a second point, but by the skin of their teeth. Oh my lord.
They managed to scurry away at the very, very last second to keep that point in their court. But it was a crucial point nonetheless. They're guaranteed another map pick, regardless of how this next one goes. But we will have to see what Starbound are going to try and do. They want to force the break point here. Oh, sorry, they want to force the match point, sorry. They do not want to drop a second breakpoint to Rubber Conquest. They don't want to open that door as other teams have to see us to a tiebreaker. So they have got to pick something strong here. Hidden 2 is the map of choice.
Yeah, this one, I talked about it a little bit at the beginning of the match. This is something that they're very, very strong on, that we've seen them put really good scores on. I really like that they've been saving this, but Starbound now has the chance to show a dominant performance on this Hidden 2. We've already seen Hidden reading FC earlier today from No KJK on Freemod 2, speaking to the talent that they have in the Starbound roster. We're going to see how they take it away on this one.
Yeah, we only saw one playthrough of this from Rubber Conquest. They got a team score of 2.4 million. And to put that in perspective, Starbound, in their last performance on this map, managed to get a 2.6. So in both their previous matches, they got similar scores. Very little difference there. I think we jumped into this one a little bit late, but that is fine. We've not missed masses. But Chihuahua going to be fighting the first break very early on, less than 100 combo win.
Yeah, feel free to call it the first breaks. Chihuahua losing a lot of accuracy. Its chain misses. A little scary. That's a lot of score loss for Rubber Conquest. That said, still gonna be close for now. I think the key eyes are really gonna make up the difficulty of this map and make up who we see breaks on, but Noose is gonna break on the build-up actually.
Yeah, Cappy going down as well. Chihuahua finding a reset. Araxe gonna be finding a reset. So you're looking at the solid Hidden players. Nope, KJK and Digital Hypno, never mind. It's just Hypno on his own.
Yeah, we've got 1 FC to 1. Hypno and TFGE are the difference. We saw Zobes break earlier in the TI as well, or no, KJK did. It's a break fest out here. Oh, what the hell? Both TFCs just went down on the same object in the middle of the verse.
That was a gentleman's agreement to break there.
Yeah, during the break they actually tabbed over to Discord and agreed to break.
But yeah, it's hard to paint a picture of this one with everyone trying to focus on recovery. Nusu and Araxe are going to be finding trade-ups. Digital Hypno and Chihuahua also fighting resets. I think that benefits Starbound more with Cappy now with the biggest combo. Zubs, though, kind of holding him back.
Yeah, the TFGE was sub supporting combo, now gone. Zubs alone isn't going to be enough to fight against Cappy and no KJK, and that lead is going to start going back to the direction of Starbound.
Yeah, we're approaching the last quarter of the map now. There is still a lot of time for this to swing over. A couple more breaks from Starbound, and Rubber Conquest could definitely make up the difference on this map. But they've also got to hold themselves, and Zub's going to be finding a miss out of nowhere on this slower section of the map.
Oh no! That's your biggest combo now gone if you're Rubber Conquest. Now Cappy and no KJK look a lot scarier. Actually is going to find a break, but that's not really the player that matters. TFGE now gone. This one taken away. Cappy and no KJK, amazing recoveries despite their earlier breaks. They're going to make a difference for Starbound here. Despite a pretty big threat from Rubber Conquest through most of this map.
Yeah, solid stuff from Starbound. I don't think they'll be terribly happy with that score, but it was enough for them to get the victory. But it is a little bit of an underperformance. Rubber Conquest had the potential to take that, but they have let it slip away, and Starbound now on the solid match point here. But with only 2 map picks left, there is a potential for Rubber Conquest to make a bit of a last-minute recovery. But they need a solid last final map pick here.
Yeah, absolutely. It's hard to tell where to go at this point. Obviously, a lot of the pool now has been shut down. They don't have that many options yet. We haven't seen tech, but I wouldn't dare pick that against Starbound if I were Rubber Conquest. I almost want to say Hard Rock 1, but that's so risky. They have struggled on it, and obviously their ban was Hard Rock. But if we're talking maps that are similar to DT1, Hard Rock 1 isn't too far off.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely up there with the BPM, but no, it won't be. Free Mod 1 is their go-to map.
I forgot this was still in the pool. If we want to talk maps similar to DT2, it's Free Mod 1, 230 BPM custom song by Unfeeling for Corsace Open 2023. This is your most traditional speed pick in the pool. Just 230 BPM break chord, like just barrage.
Yeah, it is a solid option for Rubber Conquest to kind of finish out their pick of maps. But again, they did play that free mod earlier. It didn't work out for them, so they'll really look to their no mod players to bring this one home.
Yeah. All right. Actually going to see an overmod from Starbound, Jackson and Emla on the Hard Rock. That's confidence in your speed rosters if I've ever seen some. Double Hard Rock can always be very, very scary.
Yeah, but that multiplayer is going to really help them early on, and it might be enough to make a difference. you are looking for Rubber Conquest to have to perform better. You know, an even performance will not be enough with that multiplier, so they do have to come up with something a bit special to not only match but exceed Starbound.
Yeah, do keep in mind, this map is only 2 minutes and 30 seconds. It's going by fast. We're a third of the way through, and finally, Digital Hypno is going to find a break that matters. Instantly gives the lead over to Rubber Conquest, but they are still very much in the danger zone.
Yeah, watch players like Emlaw, though, he's dropping a lot of accuracy trying to hold on to this combo. It's going to slowly start to build pressure, but it's also bleeding score towards Rubber Conquest. If they do have a break, it is going to mean that Starbound are going to have to hold on a little bit longer than they'd normally have to because of the accuracy deficit. Jackson playing amazingly here on the Hard Rock for this high BPM map. Only 99 with the Hard Rock is incredible. Emlaw, though, finally, the pressure gets too much in the last quarter of the map, and he drops that full combo.
It's an overhand. Digital Hypno is going to follow it up as well. That's 2 players gone. Still looking at a full roster from Rubber Conquest. Taking this one away. Jackson's going to break as well. This may be his bread and butter, but that's not going to stop the combo loss. It's only Cappy left SCing for Starbound. And Rubber Conquest is taking this away far more confidently than I would have expected. What the hell is going on? Keep in mind, it's not a 4-way FC. Unfortunately, TFGE broke at the very beginning, but it might as well be considered one. Absolutely insane score. Functional 4-way. Rubber Conquest, a dominant 3rd point on the board. Where was this Rubber Conquest in the first half of the match?
You know, it's only 3.9 million team score. You know what I mean? You know, it's not even overmod. You know what I mean? It's standard. It's too easy for these guys. It's too easy. It's too easy.
Absolutely. Very, very good last pick from Rubber Conquest, but it's going to be Starbound to make the final pick, make the difference. If Rubber Conquest wins this, we're going to a tiebreaker. If Starbound wins this, that is the end of this group. This is very, very, very crucial map.
The crowd holds its breath as Starbound picks their final map. Oh, wow, that was quick.
I was about to say no mod 5. No! This my prediction away. This no mod 5. Yeah, it makes sense. You win Hidden 2, you pick no mod 5. It just makes sense. This one is very, very weird.
See, I always believe in that reverse psychology. I think you should play something the Rubber Conquest are strong on to kind of psych them out. You know, they're a team that sort of play with a score deficit in hand, so they're used to making these comeback victories. So I'd never pick something strong against a team that's all about the momentum, and that's pretty much what Rubber Conquest they're gonna have to bank on once again. They need this no mod 5 victory.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't want to go into a tiebreaker against Rubber Conquest, especially something as mechanical as that tiebreaker. You know, this is something that Rubber Conquest is absolutely going to be able to compete on, especially at 250 BPM, kind of their bread and butter as we've seen through this match. But they've got a long 130 BPM no mod 5 in their way. It's 4 minutes to separate us from a potential tiebreaker or the end of the match. Let's strap in.
Yeah, keep your eyes locked in on this. Blink and you'll miss it. A few breaks could decide a very different outcome, depending on who wants to claim them breaks. But so far, so good for both sides. They're both off to very strong starts. And as I say that, I've always proven wrong. Cappy going to be finding that first reset, favoring Rubber Conquest right now.
Yeah, that said, very, very early on in the map. That that break isn't going to do too much damage. And with the accuracy, actually, the lead is only barely in Rubber Conquest's favor. That said, Araxe followed up a little scarier.
Yeah, Nusu going to be running into a bit of difficulty here. And unsurprisingly, with just how this map really is like the whole kitchen sink. Just everything's being thrown at you here. And many resets are happening because of it. Look out for Digital Hypno and TFGE. They're having another battle on the top row there. As Cappy trying to bring in some good supporting combo on the bottom row. But it is in favor of STARBOUND right now. They have the advantage. Chihuahua going to be finding a reset. No help there for Rubber Conquest. They're going to need to come up with something fast.
Yeah, they don't have the accuracies to fight. They don't have the combo to fight. It's a little worrying. The recovery combos from Cappy and Araxe doing a lot of work to roll Rubber Conquest out right now. Nusu and Dub just don't have that, and with Chihuahua, finding more resets, it's a little scarier for them. They just don't have that basis that they need to put up the good fight. That said, there's still 2 minutes left. Who knows what can happen in that?
And Stubbs going to be finding a slip up there. We are looking for something really technical to try and trip up some players here. Araxe going to be finding a reset. Good news for Rubber Conquest. They've managed to slow things down a little bit. Cappy also finding a reset along with Araxe, so the door is starting to open, but they need a big drop from Note KJK and Digital Hypno to really start clawing back score, but it just hasn't happened yet, and with only a quarter of the map left, time is starting to run out for them.
Yeah, especially Hypno is such a huge wall in Rubber Conquest's face. If they see a Digital Hypno break, it could be a game changer, but this is the kind of stuff that Hypno performs on, and TFGE is going to be the one to break first. That's the FC gone for Rubber Conquest, and Digital Hypno now has the floor to himself. Rubber Conquest wants to take this back. They still have a window, but they need Hypno and Note KJK to both break right now.
There just isn't the time. There isn't the difficulty in the map to make the mistake. It's not going to go their way. With so little of the map left, it was a good effort once again from Rubber Conquest. They really did push STARBOUND right to the end of the map, the last map pick that they could. But they were just that little bit too much for Rubber Conquest. No reverse sweep, no tiebreaker for them. They get off early, but it is a loss. And a victory for STARBOUND to end off their group, and I believe they top the table.
That is correct. STARBOUND won every match in their group, and with no tiebreakers at that. 5-3, 5-3, and 5-0. STARBOUND, very, very good stuff. They're going to be going into the main bracket looking with their heads held high. Very, very good stuff to them once again. Rubber Conquest, a very good fight as well. Cannot stress enough just how good these players are and how absolutely expect them to perform in the future of the tournament. But that is going to be it for this match. That said, we'll be back in about 30 minutes for Joy Flipinski's Boxcell versus OWC France B. Once again, me and you, Demarsh.
We go again. We go again. Looking forward to that one. Of course, commiserations to Rubber Conquest. They had a good matchup, but STARBOUND just that little bit too strong today. But more Corsace Open action coming to you very, very soon. So stay tuned, everybody.
Yeah,